It's Week 15 of the National Football League. And coming up is the lockdown man himself, Jair Alexander, who's made 33 tackles this season from his spot in the secondary. It's the Commanders and the Bills under the lights on Thursday night.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, Week 15 begins with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Buffalo Bills. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
And we are underway in Buffalo. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. Orchestrating the offense will be a man who, of course, won a national title back in his days at Clemson, Deshaun Watson.
And he's exactly the man you want control of your offense. Excellent arm, good zip on the ball, not afraid to use his legs when he needs to. And what he's excelled at doing is making plays when the first read isn't available or when the pressure is about to get to him.
In motion, Slayton. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On second down, here's Watson. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. He's trying to find Jahan Dotson, and it's third down. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Screen play to McAllister. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive. Because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
Yeah, they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
And the numbers for Gibbs from last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Cooper Kupp with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bills will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
You ain't going nowhere.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. A shotgun snap for Watson. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. But that last throw, Charles, is going to move him past 32,942 yards passing for his career, and that surpasses the total of a Hall of Famer and a colleague of both of ours, Troy Aikman.
Yeah, but from 1989 to 2000, and Troy Aikman, he was about winning. Because remember, he had Michael Irvin to throw it to. We had Emmitt Smith to hand it to. Just imagine if he was throwing it the way they throw it around nowadays. His numbers, boy, would they be sky high.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd down and 9. Watson. A short throw pulled in by Woods. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And now it's 3rd and 3. Charles, Thursday night game. You think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys that have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
On 4th down, Watson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to wind up working out just fine as he'll have a Washington first down. And an exhale there as they convert on 4th.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. On 1st and 10, Watson. That's going to be caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds. Now Sean McDermott going to throw out the challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Now Watson. Looking for the corner, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Commanders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Now come the Bills as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. As we count down through the final few weeks of the season, these guys have nothing to sweat about. They've clinched the top spots to the road to the Super Bowl. It runs through them.
And there's a natural inclination here, partner, to say, okay, a lot of guys aren't going to play down the stretch. We've clinched. We're ready to go. But there's another part where you say, let's show the league why we're the #1 team. Maybe you intimidate someone. Maybe you dissuade them from thinking that they can beat you in the playoffs by going out and being really impressive down the stretch.
Absolutely, and you want to take momentum into the playoffs. There's also pride on the line for these guys individually.
Yeah, momentum and pride. Yeah, make room for them and put them both in uniform.
A gain of 32 that time. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. This offense, Charles, we've talked about how well they played all season. Sitting now at 13-0 and a finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some in the media this week were pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten, but they were tested multiple times in that final month plus.
Yeah, with something like 4 of their last 6 wins were one-possession games, and they played like a team that was trying to protect something instead of chasing something. And that's what happens when you have an undefeated record. So it behooves you as a team, get a couple blowouts in there so you get a chance to relax and breathe. But that's much easier said than done.
Defensively, they're going to have to do something about him in a hurry because that last catch puts him over the 100-yard mark. We haven't even hit the 2nd quarter yet.
And you did say they'd have to do it in a hurry. It has to be right now because as his confidence grows, it'll actually overwhelm the defense. No matter what they do, they feel like they can't stop him.
They go right back to him for 20 and a 1st.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Gibbs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackle through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for him.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Gibbs is in. Touchdown, Bills. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time, he had the speed to win that race.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 14-7. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Now the Washington offense heading out as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
This guy's proven himself to be one of the best in the NFL. He brings an added dimension to their offense with his ability to read defenses and know when he's able to pull it down and take off and go.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And with the playoffs ahead, this is how you build momentum because they pitched a shutout last week, and I don't care who you're playing. That's not easy to do at this level, and they're playing their best football at the right time of year.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Oh, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and a give to Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it 2nd down and 12. They'll try the air now with Watson. This one is Slayton over the middle, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So the completion good for 7 there, and now 3rd down and 6 to go. I respect both sides on that play, CD. For him to be able to hold on to that football and the impressive tackle. Wow.
Did you notice the look between the two of them as they came off the ground? That look did say the word respect.
Sets up, and a loose football. Now this is picked up by the Bills, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
You know I love football. You know I love the game.
I hope so.
But nighttime in December, you know I'm wearing multiple coats. So I just wonder about the guys on the field with all the great gear that they have. Do they have enough on, or do they have too much on? Because sometimes that can affect you trying to carry the ball.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Another run for Gibbs here. Gets past 1 man, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Gibbs straight ahead. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Levis from the gun. This is taken in by McBride. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Trey McBride, 47 yards. And the Bills have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson, the Commander offense. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
They haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Vita Vea in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Watson. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his man in the crossing pattern. It's Slayton. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Washington going to send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 10. All told, a 54-yard punt, 13 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing, because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him. And make
wide open, complete. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 45. A big play here for Buffalo, 44 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Back to throw, it's Levis. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Well, they go play action. Here's Levis. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Bills passing game, getting him down the field. They've got another 1st down. Now he is just 2 catches away from 1,000 on his career. 998 currently. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. On the tackle there, Zach Sealer out of Ferris State. Now it's 2nd and 10. Levis back to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Washington on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
A 2nd and 10 on a chilly, snowy December day. And I must say, I'm loving it. Kind of putting me in the holiday spirit. Charles hates it. And he's giving me the evil. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. And the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Washington going to send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And take it right on the 30. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Paris Campbell, 63 yards. And the Bills are able to add on to their first half lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Washington offense back out there. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Watson off play action. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson flushed, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Here's Watson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Washington going to send out their punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And taken right at the 35. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Levis.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge, and it's going to bring up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Hey, alert, alert! Hey, 24.
Now they'll try and set up the quarterback draw here.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On 1st down, Watson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Brandon Cooks with career touchdown number 109. That ties him with Barry Sanders on the all-time NFL list.
And the Bills will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Dicker now to tack on the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it.
You ain't going nowhere.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Commanders back out late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
Now a 1st down throw. Watson is going to get this one out to his fullback. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Shot before the break. Watson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park, with the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Man, where has the season gone? We're into week 15 now. So let's give everybody a look at what's coming up here on what should be a very interesting weekend of football. As far as the early games go, we'll be watching that one in Houston. The Texans in for a fight as they'll square off against the New York Jets. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well. One being out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks. And finally, on Monday Night Football, we'll wrap up the weekend with a good one between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. We got a solid first half out of the man from Kentucky, Will Levis. He was nothing short of amazing.
throwing 4 touchdown passes to help push his guys out to a sizable halftime lead. You'd have to imagine, given the snowy condition, lots to talk about at halftime for these two coaching staffs. Plenty of decisions to be made for this second half for sure. And for the call, we hand it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Not too many breaks ahead according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2. This taken in right around the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And you can see where they sit, perched right at the top. The question, Charles, with the perfect season they have going, what's on the line, how do you see them playing it out these final few weeks of the season?
Well, I can see the locker room voting unanimously to play to win. That's how they're built. It doesn't matter whether you're 0 whatever or undefeated. You want to play every game to win it. But I think from a management and coaching standpoint, you're looking at it and saying how much pressure is on this team to try and keep that record going, and is that really our ultimate goal? They're almost hoping maybe they get beat, and now you can start to rest guys and take the pressure off and just get ready for the playoffs.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10
at their own 43.
Watson's throw complete to Dodson.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. A nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
Watson's throw taken in by Slayton.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
From the 25, here's 2nd down and 1.
And they'll send the slot in motion left.
Now fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game. They've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has now allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Back to throw, Watson.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders.
Jelani Woods from 4 yards out.
And the Commanders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to 24. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And a Jelani Woods touchdown catch capped things off. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
That's good for a Buffalo Bills.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it.
He spins free. Oh, another one. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
65 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Levis looking to throw. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that could have been the lifeline they needed. This is a play that could have been made. Instead, it's just going to fall incomplete.
Oh, good move. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Levis throwing for it on 4th. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Down inside the 10. Touchdown! Trey McBride.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Bills' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point try now from Dicker.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays.
And it was capped off by a touchdown reception from Trey McBride. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter and continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time?
They were really good on the last drive. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. And it's a fumble. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball. And we just saw there that that's difficult to do. But just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on. But the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Levis. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And it's caught on the deflection. And this is going to be a touchdown.
Familiar refrain. A turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening it up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Now this is picked up by the Bills. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game...
And this is caught. A big play here for Buffalo. 48 yards.
When they needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Gibbs. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now,
under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Brian Burns coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down. It's a loss of 5.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 46. Now it's Watson. And he loses the football a 2nd time. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was it 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration, you'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. The one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league,
they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
81 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
And the Bills are going to have a first and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day.
Levis to throw it.
And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his second touchdown of the night.
And the Bills add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Watson's throw pulled in by Woods.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Second and 4.
Watson. That's complete to Slayton. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Now this is picked up by the Bills.
Room to maneuver at the 35.
And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
Again, it's Gibbs.
And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Now he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
His 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Bills are closing in on a 14-0 record as they extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Commanders 14.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out?
This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. To throw on second is Watson. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Brian Burns, his second sack of the night.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this. And you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. From the 50, it's Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down.
And the ball is out. Watson lost it. Now this is picked up by the dashing through the snow. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Washington offense set to take over. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations. There'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They're looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Cooper Kupp, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills extend their 4th quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense returning to the field.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Draw play. Here's McAllister. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Was brought down by Deontay Banks. A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This time it's 3rd and 3. To throw is Watson.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked by Kevin Byard. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Washington offense set to take over again. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Fresh off the pick 6, it's Watson.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Now the ball comes loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Now Watson.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
2nd and 10.
Here's Watson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs.
They'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 7.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it second down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And McLaurin going to pick up a Commander's first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy, sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers. Looking for Campbell downfield. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Bills, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Washington, they've plummeted now to 3-11. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.